This episode is brought to you by Brewy, a coffee that nourishes your mind and body. Brewy is an organic coffee blend loaded with 6 adaptogenic mushrooms, so you can enjoy the benefits of superfoods while being fueled in your day-to-day life. To receive your Brewy discount code, tag a friend in this episode's coming soon post. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Ep4 Usage Rate. Today we're going to be taking a close look at my former team, pre-Jack Jumpers, the Cairns Taipans.
And we've got our new shirts and our new hats on.
We do have our new shirts and our new hats. We might start off having a bit of a chat about the Boomers,
Yes.
the warm-up games. We've obviously been over what we thought their end squad was going to be.
I actually got to witness 2 of the games live when I watched Australia and Brazil and Australia and South Sudan.
So they went 1-1 in those games.
Yes, they're disappointing against Brazil. I probably wasn't that disappointed because I was the drunkest man in the stadium, but
probably in the state.
but it was two great watches. Just didn't shoot the ball well enough in that first game, and Brazil obviously shot the lights out. So it was awesome to see him live. I owe Big Riath an apology. I told him he was going to be cut from the roster. Didn't see him on the roster, but obviously with Landale going down anyway, it was a formality in the end. But he would have earned his spot, no worries at all. He was probably our best player through. Even in that game against France the other day, that poster he put on Rudy was
that was
impressive.
huge.
It was massive, So he's been a real highlight of the roster so far.
Do you think next NBA season he's a chance?
Giddy's getting him a contract on the pick and roll, I reckon.
Yeah.
He has been seriously
awesome
good.
in the first game.
Yeah, against Venezuela they were. Yeah. I think the standard of competition probably got increasingly better. That South Sudan team will probably not go any good this year, but I reckon in the next few years after they get a bit more settled and play a bit more together, they're going to be seriously good.
Did you see who was sitting on the bench for the South Sudan team? Not playing.
Was it Luau?
Deng.
Deng was it?
Oh, Deng. I think the Lakers might have been paying his salary to be sitting there, but that deal would nearly still be going, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good to see.
Yeah,
They were very loud, the South Sudan fans, and they turned up in force.
The fans?
Yep, they turned up in force.
So, any surprises from the Boomers? Anyone that you thought probably wouldn't play as well in system?
I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but seeing Matisse Fleibel, his production is going to be huge for us, especially with the way we're playing defence, where we're so switch heavy.
Yes.
He just seems to find himself in the right spot all the time.
Yeah, he's got really quick hands, doesn't he? He gets in good spots as well. Surprised me how well he shot the ball.
Yeah, that game against South Sudan, he really shot it well. 5 threes, I think, or 6.
Yeah, he was really good, and I think I think him and Josh Green hitting those shots are going to be huge because they're going to play minutes because they are elite on the defensive side of the ball, aren't they?
Yes.
Right, let's have a little bit of a look into the Cairns Taipans.
Yep.
So we've got we'll start with the outs. So they've lost a few guys within the NBL, which is always a bit of a worry. I know that Cairns is a community-owned team. They generally do some scouting for other teams. It seems to be. They seem to recruit really well and then lose guys to other teams, which is the case
Scott
again.
And Hogg, big losses, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's
2 imports.
Basically point production gone.
Yeah, so we spoke about Scott last week to the Bullets. He's a really big loss, but I think he really kept them afloat.
Yeah, definitely
for a long time last
year.
I
can sense he's a good leader.
Yeah,
I really just sense that.
So who takes on that role for them? Do we think?
Well, they look like they've gone very young with their guards, haven't they?
Obviously, they've gone really young. They've got what have they got? 1, 2, 3, 4 guys coming straight out of the college system.
Yeah.
So,
obviously, Bernie Boy, Taron Armstrong is probably near going to start straight off the jump. It'd be awesome to see. He's put in a lot of work, and obviously his college highlights were his vision is elite. It's on that giddy level.
Yeah. He led the country as a freshman in assists, right?
He didn't quite lead it, but he definitely led his conference. He was well and truly up there.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think about, isn't it?
Isn't it insane?
Yeah,
they've done really well to pinch him from the Jackies.
They have.
What do you think it comes down to?
I think personally for him, the idea of playing under such a well-respected coach, who's obviously they've obviously guaranteed him big minutes, and this is obviously something where he can showcase his ability to the next level, because he wouldn't just come out of a college program to sit on a bench. He had big D1 offers, so this has been This has been a decision that wouldn't have been made lightly, and this is obviously the way they want to go, and I think he'll do really, really well.
Yes. I think the ball will be in his hands a lot.
Hopefully they've found some good shooters that can fill out the wings.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think they've done really well getting him on a local deal, not a next star deal.
Yep.
So they've obviously got their next star as well.
Yes.
In Bobby Clintman.
Yep. Big fella, big long.
Yeah, he is long,
Swedish.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know if there's been many guys coming out of
Sweden. I wouldn't have thought so, no.
Probably the only Scandinavian guy that comes to mind is Laurie Markkinen from Finland.
Finland, yep.
And he's obviously been very successful.
Where was Jonas Jerebko from? Was he Swedish?
I'm not really sure. He might have been up that way though.
I think he was.
You have a look into that. While you're looking into that, they've lost Scott at the guard spot.
He was Swedish.
He was Swedish. There you go. That's a good find by you. So he'll come up on the grid, I would imagine. We better give a quick shout out to our man Baz. He's on to me to create an NBL grid.
An NBL grid, oh God. I don't think there's been as much turnover.
No, I don't know if I know enough about the league, unless I could really work the AI. I don't know how it goes setting that up.
I'll have to cheat, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, big cheats. Big cheats. Also at the guard spot, lost Ben Eyre.
Yes.
Was solid last year as a backup.
Definitely, yeah.
So, confidence guy.
Yeah, his shot's streaky.
Yeah.
But,
so what did he shoot from three? 35% last year.
It's a pretty good clip.
It's not bad, is it? Putting up 3 a game.
Yeah.
So he's...
Small.
He is small. He's gone down to the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
Yep. Good pickup for them, I reckon.
I think so too.
As a backup point guard.
Yeah, we'll talk a bit about his addition to them in a few weeks. DJ Hogue.
Oof.
Huge loss.
Massive. One of the better players in the competition last year, I thought.
I was very surprised with the amount of impact he had defensively.
Yes.
He was very high in the steals and blocks department, as well as obviously putting big point numbers and rebound numbers.
He was huge last year. He was honestly one of the, I thought, top 5 to 10 players in the competition.
Robbed for first team?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Stiff.
Very stiff.
Real stiff. Gabe Hadley didn't play a lot of minutes.
Obviously impressed enough though to go somewhere else. Yeah. He would have been I think he would have been a really good addition in this pass-heavy guard team.
Yeah.
He's a very nice shooter.
Good shooter, yeah. Swipe right, Tiani Pinder.
Oh, God.
Thoughts? Back-to-back most improved?
Yeah, very overrated in my opinion, but again, he probably would have played. He probably would have fitted well in this system too, as he's a pretty good slasher to the basket, pick and roll type of operator.
Yeah,
would have fitted well, but obviously Perth they've really cleared out this year. Cairns Taipans.
Perth's home.
Yeah, it
as
is,
well.
Yeah,
so
it is. Yeah,
he's I think he's done his couple of years at Cairns. He's risen his stock.
Yep.
Obviously, I don't think he's gone about it in a bad way.
That's right. Yeah.
He's pretty highly respected.
Back to back.
Sort of guy. No, can't happen. Not a chance, I wouldn't have thought. Majuk Adeng, one of my first favourites of the Taipans. I think they lose a little bit there, but I think, he sort of lost minutes last year.
Yep.
I think they can probably replace him with with the model they're going with, and Mirko Jeric.
They're going to be very quick, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they'll get up and down again.
I reckon they will.
Do you reckon they'll play similar style to last year?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
It was very fun to watch. I think, again, they're going to be one of those teams that can beat anyone.
Yeah.
On their night, I think they'll be very streaky.
Well, they did make the finals last year, didn't they? Or playoffs.
Yeah, made the playoffs. Lost to Sydney in their semi-final series, but stole a game with Jonah Antonio going absolutely berserk.
Good.
Will he play more minutes?
I think he has to, especially now that they haven't really got any designate, like you're losing Hogg, losing a bit of scoring. He's going to have to shoot a bit more of the basketball, I would have thought.
Yeah, he played 8.2 minutes a night last year.
I don't think his minutes will increase significantly. I don't think he's ever going to be that type of player. I just think his spark off the bench with his shooting could be used more effectively.
So the Isaac White sort of guy.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah, just come in, just jab some shots up when things aren't going your way. Turn the tide.
Agreed, yeah. I don't think he's ever going to be
starters.
don't ever think he's going to be a star, but...
Yeah. Also keeping a hold of a Lat Mayan.
Yep. Name eludes me, don't know much about him at all.
Yeah, 3-and-D sort of guy. Think he'll
the big Kiwi centre though.
Improve. Lat Mayan. Yes, big Kiwi.
Sam,
Wardenberg.
He'll start again.
German sort of name, isn't it?
It is.
Wardenberg, yeah. He'll start at the 4, the 5. Depends on what
exactly.
sort of style they're going to
Either way, I think he's a very good player.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think something that Cairns do really well is recruiting those local guys. So they've obviously got him and Shemanenga.
Yep.
Out of New Zealand. I think sometimes those New Zealand guys are forgotten about by the Australian public in particular as having local spots. So
I thought Wardenberg was all right last year.
I think he takes a good step.
And I think this year. Another year in a professional system, playing with guys that can pass the ball. All he's got to do is have to catch and just dunk and play close to the basket.
Shot 54% from the field last year and 37% from 3. So
he's a very good player.
Pretty handy.
Yep.
I see him playing a lot of centre minutes. I think they're a bit thin up front. So, I think he'll play a lot of big minutes. Tajima Cole, third season with the Taipans.
It's good to see him stay.
Yeah.
But becoming a pretty popular man up in Cairns, I would have thought.
Well, he's one of those sort of fan favourite sorts.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of guys. I reckon he'd look pretty cool on a skateboard.
I could see him skating in Cairns. Yeah. If he could drop the turnovers a bit this year, I think they would really. It's just strange to see how they've recruited all these guys at the guard position. They already had a very ball dominant point guard in McCall.
Yeah, not much of a shooter.
No, not at all.
Jeez, he contorts his body in some strange ways.
He can, and he
gets through some
really gets to the basketball, doesn't he?
Yeah. Draws a lot of fouls. It's a bit up and down with the free throws last year, so hopefully he's going to work on that in the off season.
Doesn't look like the bloke that cares a hell of a lot. Very casual looking guy. Yeah, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if he's picking you up 94 feet. I reckon, here's one for you, I reckon he will lead the league in forcing 8-second backcourt violations this year.
Very intense, isn't he?
I wonder if we can get a hold of that stat from anywhere.
Yeah.
We might have a leaderboard for the...
Yeah. No, I like it.
8-second backcourt. And Bull Kwao.
Yep.
Played summer league for the last couple of years. Probably got a little bit of development to go. Do you think he can take that next step?
Where was he? He was with Chicago.
He was with Chicago.
Yeah. I think so. If he's doing that all summer and obviously putting in the work, he needs to, it's going to translate sometime, isn't it?
Yeah, surprisingly, only shot 33% from the 3-point line last year. I think he probably needs to notch that up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely needs to look towards the 40s for sure.
Yeah.
He's going to be a big vocal point for them. He'll probably play off the bench. He'll need to give them something.
Well, I reckon he probably starts at the 3.
Okay.
Personally, I think we're looking at probably an Armstrong McCall backcourt. With Quayle at the 3.
Yep.
I like Wardenberg at the 5, so I'm not really sure who they'll look
at.
Well,
this other import will probably be their 4 that they brought out of college. What was his name?
Josh Roberts.
Josh Roberts.
Yeah.
When I seen it, I thought it was Josh McRoberts. Nearly pooed myself. I was a little bit excited.
One of the great 2K players.
Definitely.
Oh no, that's someone else I'm thinking. I was thinking of Luke Babbitt. Remember him and Josh McRoberts running around in Miami? So looking at their ins, they've got a pretty big turnover. We seem to have a fair bit of turnover in the NBL this year, which I think continuation's a good thing in the NBL. But Adam Ford, reigning coach of the year, he obviously. I saw a quote last week that was something along the lines of, if you're an expert cooking a certain dish, you don't go out and buy other things to sell at your restaurant. So you buy the things to sell your meals.
I like to see imports stay around for the import turnover. To me is a little bit. If you're turning over imports every year, that's a bit concerning.
Yes,
I like that
too. Yeah. So. They've obviously lost 2 within the NBL and a 2-time most improved player, so they've got a fair bit of strength out. But on the ends, Alcoda Gak.
Yes.
I reckon Gak's such a cool last name.
I do as well.
Yeah. So I didn't get a lot of minutes with Brisbane last year. They were top heavy at the big man spot, so I think him leaving Brisbane's probably a good thing. I think he seeks a bit more opportunity at Cairns.
I think he will suit well with the up and down and get the play style.
Yeah, I think so too. He's pretty athletic.
Yeah, that's right. He'll find himself on the end of a few nice passes, I reckon.
A little bit of Tazgak action. Sam Menenga, what do we know about him?
He's just another big, isn't he?
Yeah.
Out of New Zealand. Obviously, probably going to get pretty similar to what you. It's usually all these young guys stretch the floor now. So hopefully we can see a bit of that as well.
He kind of reminded me of Stephen Zimmerman that they had a couple of years ago. He obviously struggled a little bit with the foul trouble
of the
NBL. So Menenga being a young guy, probably will find those same issues early, but I think he can work through it. He looks like a pretty intelligent player. So I think he'll be a good addition. We've got Taz Armstrong.
Yeah, the man.
Your man.
He's going to be very, very good basketball.
With the Next Generation Award, I believe it's called now, something along those lines. Players under 23.
He's a massive sniff.
How old does he check in at?
He'd be 21, 22, I would have thought, around that age.
Yeah, so could be a sniff.
Yeah, definitely.
Play a lot of minutes, you would think, with the ball in hand. My only concern, and you'll know a lot more about this than me, we've spoken about having players to stretch the floor. What's his shot creation like?
Well, obviously, I mean, his shot is it's been the talking point of his game. I think he's getting to the basket. He's got a good floater. His old man had a good floater as well. But
one of the all-time great floaters.
But yes, so his ability to create for others is off the chart. So I think if he can improve that jump shot into the 35% range, look out, because there's going to be a very, very hard man to stop.
Yeah.
One of the better ball handlers in the comp already.
Yeah, I used to love it when we used to go and watch him at the Thunder a little bit, and he'd do that thing that his old man did, the little, remember the leg wrap ball handling sort of thing, and he'd do that, and then he'd just go bang, blow by someone, threw down a huge jam over someone one game in the NBL 1, and that was the COVID year, and the Thunder looked like a genuine chance to make the national title series.
Yeah, he had them right.
He would have been 17, 18 then.
Yeah, that was the year before he went over to CBU, yeah.
That's insane, isn't it? Bobby Clintman, the next, spoke a little bit about him. I think he probably gets bit of
again, like I spoke about
here and there.
The other Queensland team the other night, how they've added a bit of excitement to their roster. I think Cairns are going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, very fun.
They've added a bit of youth and well-known youth. Obviously, this Clintman, he's number 16 in the mock. You don't just get number 16 in the mock without having a severe amount of talent.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to think these guys see this as an opportunity now as a massive step into getting themselves up those mock drafts and draft boards, so it's only going to be exciting for Cairns, I would say.
So something that potentially worries me a little bit is not knowing a lot about the personalities, but do any of these young guys from Cairns get a little bit of me hungry?
I reckon with their coaching staff, we've seen their coaching staff obviously
Not afraid to sit people.
but they also their head coach. Obviously, you don't just go over to NBA Summer League and get gigs for nothing. You really must be well respected, and I think he will definitely get the best out of these young fellas. There's a reason why they're all seem to be coming to this program, because you hear things, and this is it's got like I said, I'm really excited to watch Cairns.
Yeah, I think they'll be.
I don't think they make finals, but I'm still excited to watch.
Yeah, I think they could cause a couple of upsets here and there. We've got Patrick Miller filling an import spot as well.
Another guard.
Yeah, another guard.
He's obviously going to have to be there. You would think, without knowing his 3-point percentage worldwide, I think he would have to be the guy.
39% on the 3-ball.
That's good clip.
Yeah, it is good clip. He only played 26 minutes a night last year for his team in Germany. But put up 17.7 points a game. Pretty handy. And 6 assists, so...
And you don't know, you'd think he'd be playing a little bit more off-ball with McCall and Armstrong being...
So I don't think McCall can play a hell of a lot off-ball.
No. Do you think McCall's a chance to play off the bench? Listening to what they're saying, and Taz is starting. They've obviously brought this up. Or do you think this guy is maybe a chance to play?
Yeah, I think he probably plays off the bench
because he's only 6'1".
Yeah. See, when I heard this signing, I was a bit confused with the why.
Yeah.
It didn't really make sense to me. Maybe he's your Shannon Scott.
I think
sort of guy is my only
that's
thing.
what
Leaves his ego at the door.
Makes me think that he may come off the bench and be that kind of experienced type of leader that they're probably screaming out for now with no Hogue and Scott.
Yeah, I think that'll be a bit of a watch this space. We'll figure that out pretty quickly
Over
in the first few games. Maybe it's a bit of injury insurance, given the way McCall sort of twists and turns himself around. Here's a chance. How many games did Tagier play last year? He played 22 games, which surprises me. He must have had a couple, 2 or 3 of those must have been games he played limited minutes in with injuries, you would think. But then we've got Lockie Anderson. The forward spot came out of NBL 1. Don't know a lot about him. Probably won't feature overly.
You always like to see local guys like that though, get their chance at the next level.
Yeah. Got Josh Roberts as well. We spoke briefly about him.
Ken Dunk.
Yeah.
Manhattan Jaspers.
Such a funky name, isn't it?
One of the all-time worst.
What do you reckon their logo is?
I don't exactly know what a Jasper is.
The only thing I can even think about is like Casper the Ghost.
I was going to say something,
but with a jump shot.
I was going to say something in the vampire related.
Vampire related.
Type
we
of
might
thing.
have to have a look at that.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Alex Madronya
bounced around for a DP.
I'm pretty sure he had a full contract spot at Adelaide and then went to Cairns.
Has played for the Boomers too.
Has he really?
In the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, right.
Like you said, he can shoot the ball.
Yeah. He's a lefty as well, isn't he?
He is.
I love left-handers. I wish I was left-handed. I reckon it's that cool. Just looks cool.
I don't reckon I could write my own name with my left hand.
Do you?
No.
Better upside down or writing left-handed, do you reckon?
I reckon I'd write better underwater than with my left hand.
I don't know if it'd be hard to write underwater or not. That's something I've never really thought about. Kyan Dennis, a DP spot.
Has played for Brisbane previously, I believe. Yeah.
So, there's the roster. What do we rate their off-season?
It's an interesting one for me.
Yeah.
They've added, as far as excitement goes, if we're breaking it down into describing words, excitement would probably be, it jumps off the page. They've added a lottery projected guy. They've added.
Is Taz projected to go?
Not next year, I don't think. he'll definitely do his 2 years, I would have thought.
Yeah, because he's got a 2-year contract.
Yeah. So I would imagine he will play NBA at some point.
Jeez, I hope so.
Yeah, so do I.
So
I'm going to give their off-season
exciting.
a 6.
6 out of 10?
Yeah.
So what are we looking at? C+ sort of area?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, what if they probably lost more than they gained, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think. I think so too. I'll give him a solid C.
So you're giving them a 5, just a pass.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5.
Yep.
I think losing Air, backup point guard, or backup guard, Scott, a backup guard that played 30 minutes a night. You're replacing that with Armstrong and Miller.
Do you
Probably
think...
winning those. You're losing Hogue. Not sure how they've replaced that.
And Pinder. They haven't really gained
Pinder,
anything in their forwards. We're going to have to see a little bit out of Roberts to really make that call, but it's...
Yeah, they're going to have to be good at home. Tough road trip.
Oh, yeah, they need to make that home
Queensland.
court a massive advantage.
Yeah, obviously last season back in the Snake Pit, struggled a bit when they worked out of the Bunnings building in the Snag Pit the other year when the Cairns Convention Centre was getting renovated. But, I think they'll be good to watch. Where do we project them finishing? You've got a new... what do we call it? A new scheme.
I've got the above the line and below the line.
So talk to us about that. What does above the line?
Above the line means they probably play finals. So
so top 6.
Top 6. And if you're below the line, then I think you're just missing. And I've got Cairns below the line at the moment. So not for anything in particular. I really don't see where they're getting their scoring from.
Yeah.
Yet, because I don't know a hell of a lot about their team. No. We could come out and see Taz.
They could shock some teams early.
Take over the world. We could see this Roberts take over the world. This Wardenberg going to take another step forward. So, like you said, early days, they really may put pressure on the teams, getting up and down the floor. Mm-hmm. But once teams work them out, I worry about where their consistency comes from. That's all.
Yep. So far, you've got Adelaide, Brisbane, and Cairns below the line.
No, I've got Cairns. I've got Brisbane above the line.
You've got Brisbane above the line.
Yeah.
Right. I think they probably miss this year as well, given their losses. I think, although I've given them a C, it's probably between a C and a C minus. Really, I think they miss as well. Do you have them? So you've got them below Brisbane.
I've got them. Yeah, I've got them in the 7th to 8th. I've pinned Adelaide in probably last.
Yeah, so you've gone from bottom 3 to last. You've joined me on the last.
I've joined the last. Yeah. And these I think Cairns will battle. I think if, like you said, if they can win home, take a few scalps, then. But if you say a road trip is a tough one to Cairns, imagine Cairns' road trips every week.
Yeah. I haven't looked at their fixture yet.
It's a long way away.
Imagine doing playing at Cairns one game and then going to New Zealand and then Melbourne back to Cairns, then over to Perth. It'd be shit.
Because Cairns is 2 flights to anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Cairns, Brisbane, bang. So they have logistic nightmares.
We might have to have a look at their schedule. All right. We'll leave it there for the Taspans.
The Taspans.
Thanks, everybody.